as they take on the Packers to kick off the NFL season. Everybody pumped up. The defending champs, the Lombardi Trophy, larger than life.
Drop that banner.
That's a good feeling there in CenturyLink Field. How about the stars coming out? Steve Largent, Cortez Kennedy, big Walter Jones.
Oh, I don't want to see Walter again.
Carroll's team looking to become the first team to repeat since the Pats in 05. Heck, they're trying to become the first team to win a playoff game since 05 after winning the Super Bowl.
You can't do this.
Horrible penalty.
Yeah, you go defensive stay because you're punting from about midfield. You give the ball back to Russell Wilson. Ends up costing him 3 points here, Dan.
Yeah, Mike Daniels running into the kicker, so the Seahawks pick up
your
a
defensive
field
guy,
goal.
Sean?
I don't know. Get your head on straight. Get your head on.
Wait, now it's Earl's time, right?
How about Earl Thomas returning a regular season punt for the first time in his career? We saw it during preseason. Richard Sherman blocks a player into him, and Clinton Dix recovers the muff ball.
Defensive guys again, Sean.
Yeah, but these guys, I don't even know why he's back in the first place. I think he's way too valuable on defense to be on this punt team. That's just my opinion.
That's that stubborn, hard-headed, hard-hitting safety right there.
Yep.
Doesn't want to call a fair catch and cost his football team. That cost him 7 points right here.
Yeah, exactly. Here's Aaron Rodgers to Jordy Nelson. Nelson picks up 16 yards there. The Packers have first and goal on the 8th, and then just a couple of plays later, who are you going to give it to? How about the big fullback?
Yeah, give it to big John Kuhn. You know I love it. In Green Bay, they're going Kuhn.
Second effort.
Yeah. In Seattle, they're going boo.
Yeah, second and third effort. It looked like he almost
don't hurt the fullback.
scored twice on that play. All right, 1st and 10 in the second quarter. Russell Wilson, we know that he can run the read option to perfection, and he does it here, finding a wide open Ricardo Lockett.
Yeah, I mean, hey, congrats, Ricardo. Nice job, Russell Wilson. Darrell Bevel, the OC, he stole that from Auburn's playbook. Go back to the Iron Bowl last year, and that's what Auburn ran on Alabama.
It's the exact same play. How on earth did he get so open? Take another look.
Oh, well, you have to respect his legs. You know he can take off and run and hurt you that way, but defense played up, made a big mistake. He made him pay for it.
All right, Wilson also getting some help from his tight end. A great game from Zach Miller tonight in several passes.
I feel for you, Clay. He was in good coverage.
Hey.
Just stick the pass rushing. He did a good job there.
There's nothing Clay can do. Perfect throw, perfect catch, end of story.
And there's nothing you can do about this when Marshawn Lynch gets going, and he was going to.
Burn that.
Go get down.
Just take it on the chin. Just lay down right there, take it on the chin.
21 yards there, 3 plays later. Russell to Lynch again, and he squirts into the end zone from 9 yards out. The Seahawks take a 17-10 lead at halftime. In the third quarter, Rodgers looking for Jordy Nelson, but guess who's there? The guy who was tested all night long.
I see you, Byron. Yeah. Hey, listen, they came at him a lot. He had some yards put up against him tonight, but the young man played well.
He did.
All right, Mike McCarthy trying to get something going here.
Look at this, 4th and 5, Dan.
Yep.
This was a big play. They didn't seem like they were ready for the snap, and then what happens? It's your backup right tackle, and then it's
Here
pressure,
comes Cliff
pressure,
Averill.
pressure. Cliff Averill off the edge.
That's what they paid him for. Made a big play, got around him. Missed a swipe the first time, kept being relentless, got the sack.
Yeah, Sherrod, a former #1 pick back in 2011. Here he is again, this time getting beaten by Michael Bennett. A strip sack there. He covers it up, so he saves him a couple of points.
Right. Shame on Sherrod, but hey, Aaron, you're too good of a quarterback to take care of the ball like this. That shouldn't have been a safety. That safety's on Rodgers.
Well, here's Percy Harvin, and Percy had himself a game tonight as well. Picks up 10 here, so it's 1st and 10 on the 16, and the Seahawks are moving once again. Last play of the third quarter. This is what I was talking about earlier. Wilson just tucks it and runs when nobody was open, and he feels this right here. Gets down when he needs to.
As a defensive player, you really can't do much about this. That's just a great quarterback with great awareness making a great play.
Oh, then on the very next play,
I'm sorry, buddy.
Marshawn Lynch. They can tear his jersey, but they can't keep him out of the end zone.
You better grab more than that Nike undershirt. You're not getting down to beast mode like that.
20 carries for 110 yards and a couple of touchdowns for beast mode. Nice fantasy production by Marshawn.
Look at that average.
Nice production all the way around.
5 plus a carry, 2 tugs.
You think they would have missed him?
Back at work for the first time in 10 days. What happened to 75 and sunny in San Diego? It's almost a $120 on the turf.
It's hot here today.
Come on now. It's hot in the studio.
It's hot in here right now.
All right, first quarter, Percy Harvin.
This dude right here, man. This dude right here, man, is so gifted and talented. Look at this right here.
However, the NFL admitted we kind of blew it on this one because every scoring play is reviewed. They should have stopped it and said that Percy Harvin's foot was out of bounds.
I thought so.
Who said that?
The NFL office.
You know what, though? That's not necessarily because his heel didn't come down.
Well, but they said they screwed it up, so they
You're right on
raised
your
their hand
toes.
and said, my bad. Second quarter,
Not everybody.
3rd and goal for the Chargers.
That's true.
Phillip Rivers to Antonio Gates, who's like
man.
95 but still catching it.
It's an
Now,
all-pro
when
safety
you're
too.
talking about an old vet like this right here and what he does with the middle of a football field, it's nothing but incredible.
Now Percy Harvin fumbling the kickoff.
Ball out.
Darryl Stuckey recovers, and the Chargers taking over deep in Seattle territory.
It's too hot to have a cough.
So Rivers looking for old man Gates. That's a 2-touchdown game for
Get
him
him,
at this
Gates.
point.
Get him, Gates. Gates said, respect me.
Don't put a line back on Gates. Have you lost your
Respect
mind?
me.
And respect Phillip Rivers, because
Yes,
Michael
I
Bennett
do.
got a paw on that one, and he kept it alive and found his Pro Bowl tight
Today he
end.
played like Philly Red.
Now the Seahawks get a big drive going right before the half. You know, they only had 13 rushing attempts on this day, but they kicked it out to their backs out of the backfield in the passing game. Robert Turbin scoring, and so Seattle down just 6 at the break. Third quarter, same score, 3rd and 7 for the Bolts. And the Seahawks 24, Rivers. This is a big play because once again it's 3rd and 7. Rivers isn't anywhere near the first down. So Bruce Irvin, what in the world are you doing?
When it's hot and you tired,
last name Irvin,
you
liable to do
you
something
make
like
mistakes.
So it keeps the
that.
San
Last name
Diego
Irvin.
drive alive.
Yeah, you might do something like that. Come on, cuz.
You've seen old man Gates do it once and do it twice.
Get him,
And how
Gates.
about the prettiest
Get
for the
him,
hat
Gates.
trick?
Cannot put a linebacker on Gates.
Respect. You see Chancellor and all of that. Now, a whole lot of people right there. See, that scares them right there. That thing Chancellor running. But that old Wiley dude, man, he knows how to make those plays.
Third career 3-touchdown game. He's got 90 in his career. Only Tony Gonzalez more among all tight ends.
Everybody trying to rush over there real quick to hit that.
No. Not beast mode. And so Seattle's down less than a touchdown. On to the 4th. Ryan Matthews, bad news for the Bolts on his 11th and final carry. He loses the ball. Chargers recover. However, Matthews done for the day with a knee injury. Last chance for the Seahawks, under 2 minutes to go. 4th and 11 deep in their own territory. Russ, what do you got? Looking for Jermaine Kearse. He's athletic, but he ain't that good.
Hey, buddy, that ball got to be thrown in play.
And good for the Bolts, who
Give 'em a
celebrate
chance
their
to make a
first
play.
win of the year. You keep this in mind. They had a short week. Pretty impressive to bounce back with a 9-point win.
Wow.
Denver at Seattle. Russell Wilson. Seahawks look so good in Super Bowl 48. Peyton Manning and the crew, they didn't even get a first down till the second quarter out there at the Meadowlands. Hey, Wes Welker playing for the first time this year.
Happy to see him back on the field.
Monte Ball dropping the ball. Marshall can't do this on your first carry.
It's too early in the year to be having a cold. You can't cough it up like that.
Especially in Seattle.
Right.
Recovered by K.J. Wright.
Those boys get to the ball. That's why plays like this
And you
happen,
got to
man.
put 2 hands on the ball as soon as you make contact.
Led to a Seattle field goal. Tied at 3 now in the second quarter. Russell Wilson looking for Ricardo Lockett, who turns into a DB and gets offensive PI. But Prime, this was a good move because it probably saved the pick
really
six.
was. And Akeem Talib is paying dividends for this team. He makes plays, and that would have been a pick 6.
Man, he did a good job in doing some baiting today.
So Lockett saves a touchdown, and then 3 plays later, scores a touchdown. Watch the pitch and catch from Wilson to Lockett, Mike.
Oh, man, what a great play. He put it up and gave him an opportunity to make a play. Now, he held them all perfectly right there, Lockett did on the DB.
Then
Made
right
the play.
before halftime, Wilson to Marshawn Lynch, the penalties for defensive holding. So Pete Carroll's thinking, we're up 2 touchdowns at home, 17-3, just the second time in his regular season career with Denver that the Broncos didn't score a TD under Peyton Manning. They're laughing. Still 17-3 in the 4th. But Marshawn Lynch can't get out of the end zone thanks to Nate Irving and T.J. Ward.
All right, there go that Bronco defense. We need to see more of this.
Made it 17-5, same score. Seattle's next possession, Wilson. Looking for Harvin, tip, and Chris
Tip
Harris.
drill. Another great job, man, by Talib. He trapped him there. He really did a wonderful job at fooling Russell Wilson. They make mistakes like that often.
First pick in 98 pass attempts for Wilson. So here comes Denver on the short field. Manning to Julius Thomas, his 5th touchdown already this
I know
year.
where they got that play from.
Yeah, I know where they got that play
And
from.
Denver down just 5. Seahawks ensuing drive. 3rd and 10. Wilson looking for Brian Walters. That's incomplete.
That's one of the first chuck and ducks I've seen him do. Normally he's standing in there and make that throw.
He missed out.
Hey, get that guy some Skittles. He needs to get pumped up. We'll see you a little bit later. Manning, though, picked off by Cam Chancellor, the guy that set the tone on the first play of the Super Bowl last year with that huge hit. Here with the big return, Brian.
Big number 66, whoever that lineman is from the Broncos, I love his hustle and what he did to stop that touchdown.
So it led to a Seattle field goal, but watch Chancellor get it done.
They baited him. It looked like a resemblance of the Super Bowl. They baited him into that throw.
That should have been a flag right there. The one when you hit Welker, ball's caught.
Well, Peyton, you'd still get another chance. Under a minute to go, down 8. He gets Emmanuel Sanders, who had 11 catches for 149.
What a drive this was right here by Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos, man, when they needed it most.
Now on 3rd and 10 to Demaryius Thomas for a gain of 12 and removing the chains.
But look at this offensive line, and I talked about this. This offensive line is the offensive line they did not have in the Super Bowl. Look at the protection.
And how does Jacob Tamme get that wide open?
It's almost like the
wonderful
Seahawks changed their defense. Peyton did not have that much time throughout the entire game until the end.
So now you got to go for 2. Manning does, and he completes it to Demaryius Thomas.
And you know what they did? They changed. There were a few plays that they altered towards the end of the game that made a huge difference in this game.
Look at him tippy-toe there in the back of the end zone. We're tied at 20 as the Broncos erase a 2-touchdown deficit with 11 minutes to go. Much to the disbelief of Richard Sherman and Pete Carroll, it is indeed confirmed the touchdown. So we're coming at you, Rich. And there we go. It's our Mercedes-Benz drive of the day. Seahawks get the ball first. Okay, it's yoga time, Steve Hauschka. I get you. I get you. 3rd and 3. Look at Wilson keeping the plays alive and just eking out a first down.
Listen,
Seahawks get the balls first, so that means that Denver had to call heads or tails and call the wrong thing. That's why they got the ball.
Well, only if they can't stop him and keep him out of the end zone. Here again on 3rd and 3. Wilson moves the chains again. There was defensive holding on the play.
Doing what he does.
So all Manning can do is watch as beast mode ends the game with a scamper. The Seahawks win it. They blow a 2-touchdown lead, but who cares? Russell Wilson, 17-1 at home in the regular season.
The way it all went down in Landover, Maryland at FedEx Field, we've got Robert Griffin III watching tonight's game from the sidelines, listening in on an earpiece, following along, charting plays. Marshawn Lynch did not start the game. He was actually on a bike, had some tightness in his back. We saw him them working on that. But, hey, that's okay because Russell Wilson can run the ball for the Seattle Seahawks.
And he did it every which way you can do it. Did it rolling out the backside. You saw him drop back and play pass. Got some room, took off. All kinds of plays in the first half for Russell Wilson with his legs.
And he knows how to slide and get down or get out of bounds without taking unnecessary hits. He can play a long time if you keep sliding like that. Yeah.
That's 45 yards rushing for him on the opening drive here. And obviously he can throw the ball as well.
Yeah, I found Curse right here. This is the eyes of Russell Wilson, being able to hold the safety, create some space, and deliver the strike.
That first drive looked way too easy. It did.
Second quarter here, Percy Harvin. Man, this guy could not get into the end zone in a way that counted.
He's a video game character. When you give him the ball, he's going to make a play. He's fast. He's electric. I think I'm past the phase of thinking he's going to get hurt every time he touches it, but that guy right there is special right now.
There was a flag on that play, holding, so it comes back. So they go to Harvin again.
Hey, it's a touchdown, Lindsay.
Sure it is. Of course it is, right? Except for that yellow flag notification at the bottom of our screen.
But
Harvin, this one was on Harvin.
It was on Harvin.
So at least he can't get mad at a teammate for that. That was a false start. They had to settle for a field goal.
Here's the backyard football right here. Yeah. And that's what makes it difficult. When Russell Wilson gets outside the pocket, those defenders don't know where to cover their guy.
Have a pretty nice block here by Luke Wilson.
I don't know that he even needed it, Lindsay. We have that much runway to take off as Russell Wilson did there. Look, if the end loses contain against Russell Wilson, you're done. It happened way too much for the Washington Redskins tonight.
Well, we just saw the last time they played against Denver in overtime. They put it in his hands. He did the same type thing.
Sean Jackson talking to Richard Sherman before the game. Would obviously spend a lot of time with him on the field during it. Was pretty quiet for a while until this play. the first time that Kirk Cousins even looked downfield, it seemed, and it's a completion, and it is a touchdown.
Well, it was cover 3. You can see Richard Sherman got his eyes on the inside. Cam Chancellor has the flat. They went right over the top. It was a great ball and an even better catch by Deshaun Jackson. But this is what he does, though. He's going to give you plays like this every single quarter.
More on that play on the way. Third quarter here. Redskins with the ball. And he's going to Jackson again. This is Jackson's 2 for 2 at this point.
Yeah, and that was a beautiful bucket throw right there. Not a lot of space to squeeze that ball in. A big-time throw by Kirk Cousins.
2 catches over 100 yards.
Led to a field goal, so Washington down 17-10. Now fourth quarter here, 3rd and 6 for Washington.
I think they were going to Deshaun Jackson right over the middle. That ball got batted down to the line of scrimmage.
Washington has to punt. Seahawks with the ball then. Looking for Harvin.
Say it ain't so.
Go ahead.
Say it ain't so.
Oh, it's coming back. You know it's coming back. Because it involves Harvin and the end zone, and those two apparently don't mix in this.
But well, they got James Carpenter on a personal foul. I didn't understand. I thought he was just finishing his the defensive lineman on the play.
How are you going to finish a guy? That's old school football right there.
I thought you just go down and put your shoulder into him. Don't let him get back up.
You're right about that.
I mean, millions of fantasy owners shaking their heads. 3 plays later, 3rd and 1. Wilson escapes the sack. Throws left for Marshawn Lynch. Makes the catch short of the sideline. Short of the first down, though.
Keep your eye on the holder.
Uh-oh.
Nice job.
You can't stop John Ryan. You can hope just to contain him right there.
Cole Sweezy right there, too. Got a nice block on that fake.
You know, he doesn't get a lot of action as Seattle's punter, so it's nice that they
incorporate him into the game a little bit.
Exactly. They let him actually do stuff that matters when he does get in.
Yeah, Marshawn Lynch, a factor in the passing game tonight for Russell Wilson on that one.
How about Cousins here to Roy Halou? Breaking a tackle, 22 yards for the first down here.
Still have a chance.
They still do. 2nd and 1 from the 6.
Nice touch.
This was an impressive drive by Cousins.
It sure was. I mean, you'd like to see that kind of fight, always keep you in the game, make Seattle try to finish it out here.
1-score game.
34.
It's a 1-score game for now, I guess I should say.
This is a little more backyard football right there. Tell me how they drew that one up.
Escapability. If that is the attribute, his is at 100 right now.
Your Madden ranking? Your Madden ranking?
Yeah, that's my Madden ranking on escapability.
He will give up so much ground right here in order to make this kind of throw with touch just over the top. Always keeps his eyes down the field. He's always looking to throw it first, run it second.
But you know what I like about it? When he escapes, he's either throwing it out of bounds, he's going to hit the open guy. He rarely makes a bad decision when he retreats, and that's key.
Look at Russell Wilson's numbers in this one, guys. 18 of 24, 201 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns.
It's Game Day Final presented by Mercedes-Benz with Mike, Dion, LT. I'm Chris. We start in the home of the world champs. Russell Wilson taking on Tony Romo, the Dallas Cowboys.
I was right on the Cowboys when you said that. Start in the home of the world champs.
Maybe a year from now I'll be saying that, Mike. Who knows? But Tony Romo staying alive. He's incomplete, but watch the legal hit he takes from Bobby Wagner. I got to tell you.
That wasn't legal.
The boss is saying, that's my quarterback.
Yeah.
Watch the hit he takes.
Look at that. That's late. Oh, man, that's so late now.
That's a good tackle.
That was a late hit, but that's okay. That's okay. They tried to intimidate the Dallas Cowboys right there.
Next play, it's a starting wideout. Doug Baldwin with the swat on the punt, picked up by Mike Morgan. They get a special teams touchdown in their house. They're almost unbeatable.
I was about to tweet at that time, it is over, because normally when a team blocks a punt and returns to a touchdown, you cannot recover.
This is a huge play. 2nd and goal, Romo.
That's the play I was talking about
Byron
previously.
Maxwell had it in his mitts, Prime.
That's that one boo-boo that Tony Romo normally gives you, 1 or 2, by the way, but he escaped that one.
And then Romo on the next play hits Gavin Escobar, his first score of the year. So instead of maybe 17-0, it's 10-7. Des Bryant, Tony Romo, and Maxwell sitting there like,
no one around Tony Romo as he threw that football. That will become a theme.
Maxwell done for the day with a bum ankle, so Romo goes to Des Bryant. I told you to go to the 88 club.
Man, beast mode right there, man. Just barely a slip, or that would have been taken to the house, and you would have been
Nice fight, nice fight, nice fight, nice fight.
And they called tripping on Richard Sherman? Really?
I don't know.
How do you tackle somebody?
Back off.
He's saying refs are tripping on that.
That was a makeup call for the miss hit.
Then Romo finding Jason Witten, career catch number 900. Remember, earlier this week, Romo said maybe the greatest Cowboy ever.
Yes, sir. That's a great opinion by Romo. That's a great kid right there, a great man in Jason Witten. But again, it was all day and tomorrow for Tony Romo in the pocket.
In the third quarter, Cowboys with a 7-point lead, but Dwayne Harris coughs it up. So when was the last time you saw a team have a blocked punt in Seattle, then cough it up, and then Russell Wilson takes it in?
In 14 points on those 2 turnovers alone, rarely do you ever see a team recover.
Just keep that theme, y'all. Keep that theme.
Now Romo loses the snap. It's recovered by Jordan Hill. And the Seahawks are in business in the red zone, but this was a terrible snap by Travis Frederick, who's been great this year.
It wasn't a terrible snap. It was the same thing that happened
It's
to Peyton Manning.
miscommunication, and here's why I thought it was going to be a difficult situation for the Dallas Cowboys. I thought we would have more miscommunications like that.
Led to a Hauschka field goal and a 3-point lead. In the fourth, Romo with some aches and pains, but he hits Dez on the 16-yarder.
Great coverage, great catch, great body position.
Just hangs in the air to the ball. So just hangs up there. Watch how he hangs in the air, and then the ball just comes to him and says, all right, buddy, I'm here. Go ahead, pull me in.
But here's the biggest play of the game. 3 plays later, it's 3rd and 20. Romo being Romo-esque with the pretty pirouette and hitting Terrence Williams for the tippy-toe grab and a first down.
You want to be a Super Bowl winning team, you got a number 2 receiver. He's going to have to step up and make plays at times, and this is what this young man is doing.
Tony Romo's escapability, you've seen it 2 weeks straight now. He is playing some good football.
Pete Carroll would challenge, but they would confirm the call on the field. Oh, LT, we haven't heard from this guy.
Well, DeMarco Murray has been doing this all year long. It came down to the 4th quarter, and this guy wore him out.
He and Jim Brown, the only players in NFL history with 6 straight 100-yard efforts to start a season. That one gets him into the end zone, and the boss man is loving it upstairs in the box. I
love it, but I don't quite trust it right yet.
Boy, I'm telling you, that running game right now, the Dallas Cowboys, boy, it is eerie how much it reminds me of yesteryear.
Now with just over 2 minutes to go, going for it deep in their own territory on 4th and 6. Wilson incomplete to Jermaine Kearse. But take another look on the other side of the field. Barry Church making contact with Luke Wilson. Wilson wanted a flag and couldn't find one.
Within 5.
We can't be begging. We got to play real football, folks.
Cowboys
football game.
401 total yards here on 3rd and 7. They go up and settle for the field goal.
Look at the Seahawks that are laying on the ground as DeMarco Murray gets up. We need to show that shot again, and one more again.
All right, so down 7, Seahawks last chance, and it's picked up by Rolando McClain.
This is comeback player of the year right now in the National Football League. So right there.
Just the 2nd home loss in the Russell Wilson era, and the Cowboys are celebrating. The champs, Pete Carroll's crew, no more Percy Harvin on the road in St. Louis. Oh, yeah.
Let me apologize to all the St. Louis fans. I know I bold predicted Marshawn Lynch.
Don't apologize. Don't apologize.
I'll wait. I'm trying to give them right.
Don't apologize.
I was using that as motivation.
We will be in St. Louis on Thursday night. You can apologize then.
As motivation for the Rams fans because I know they needed that extra money.
Come on, you're killing me. I'm way behind now. Austin Davis to Benny Cunningham for the score. By the way, Jeff Fisher's team 1 sack through the first 5 games. That's the fewest in NFL history. They were applying pressure to Russell Wilson all day.
Well, they did what Dallas did. They saw the film, they got the blueprint, and they continued.
Aaron Donald with the sack, and then it's Eugene Sims. That's 2 of the 3 sacks St. Louis would have on this day. And then here's the play of the day. John Ryan has to punt. Now watch everybody. They're all going to chase Tavon Austin in your lower right-hand corner. The problem is the punt went the other way to Stephen Bailey.
Oh, that was this is just a brilliant coaching job right here to come up with this design.
Fossil.
That's
Understood.
Jim's kid.
Yes, understood that every time he tried to kick the ball inside the 10, the ball drifted to the kicker's left, offense right. They set this up based on his tendencies, and it worked.
That's
but the guy called it over the shoulder. Do you know how hard that is to catch a punt over
it's
the
hard
shoulder?
Staying on that line while you're trying to run 90 yards.
That is hard, man.
That's an incredible design, man.
So you were talking about John Fossil. Look how excited he is. Seriously, he's getting airtime tonight.
He should be.
He's a good kid, too, man.
Third quarter, Seahawks down 15. It's 3rd and 17. Russell Wilson throwing it for Doug Baldwin, who said, yeah, I got in a fight with Percy Harvin. I'll admit it, but I miss him.
His name is
Sap, you got your bold prediction. I know you listening.
Yeah,
last name Wilson.
What you want? The ball stepped up and made some plays today.
Yeah,
So did Russell Wilson, the first player in NFL history with a 300-yard passing day and 100 on the ground.
Yeah, we call that 3-1-2. Give them all the love.
Chicago, eh?
Seahawks down 8. Same score in the 4th, 3rd and 9. Watch this play by Wilson.
2 touches.
He gets like 6 guys to go for the jump shot fake right about here. Look at that. Whoop.
I just love that kid, man. That kid made plays today now. Now, when we start talking about, well, we'll talk to you out.
52 of his 106 on the ground right there. And then 4 plays later, who are you looking for? No more Percy. Okay, so you got to go for Cooper Helfit. You know, Cooper Helfit.
Oh, Lord, this tight end big boy right here. What a play. What a play this was, man. Walking that sideline, keeping his feet in bounds, tantamount to what we watched last week with Terrence Williams. Look at this play right here.
His first touchdown grab in his career. So now you got to go for 2, right? Down 2, why not? Russell Wilson looking for Jermaine Kearse, and it's right.
Oh, just a little bit right there. Just a little bit now. See, that's the difference right there. Peyton Manning would make that. Once you get to making that all the time, you're getting up in that class.
So now the Rams, 3rd and 6. Austin Davis to Chris Gibbons.
Way to answer, Austin Davis. Way to answer, Austin Davis.
He answered.
This was a great drive
3
by the Rams.
incompletions all day. This was not one of the incompletions. It's Lance Kendricks, and yes, that's a touchdown. And yes, the Rams are back up 9.
And I tell you what, man, you got to give the Rams some credit, man. They showed up and played some ball today.
Under 4 to go. Wilson.
You're going to learn today.
Jermaine Kearse, that's a gain of 29. Wilson, 23 of 36 for 313 and a couple of scores. And so who are you looking for?
Right here now.
Doug Baldwin.
Straight champions mentality right here, man. Seattle, they kept coming back. Right? They kept fighting now. They didn't give up.
And
right
you know
here,
what the Rams did? On 3rd and 3 with under 3 to go, they threw at Richard Sherman, which was...
You don't do that, especially in that situation.
Not a great idea.
You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going, Tavon. You can't just look. It's man.
But here's your call of the day.
On both sides.
Johnny Hecker, the former high school quarterback, throwing a dart to Benny Cunningham for a gain of 18.
Bam, Benny Cunningham. What a gutsy call, man.
LT said the punter won 2 state championships, man.
Yeah, Hecker now 4 of 5 in his career.
Yeah.
That was a dart. That wasn't one of those lollipops I'm throwing in the parking lot out here.
That history, baby.
3 plays later, though, Trey Mason, who had a great day, the rookie, 3rd and 1, just fall down after you get the first down. Instead, he puts it on the carpet.
Got to go down there. And this was a blown call right here. I don't know what you call this right here.
Well, what they ruled on the field was Corey Harkey, the Rams recovered. Right. And, of course, they're going to look at it in New York, which they did, but they said they couldn't tell if it was good hands.
Like I said prior to all of that superfluous information you just gave us, it was a blown call.
Harkey came out with the ball.
The blown call.
I still have to believe
Harkey came out of the pile with the football.
There you go. Hey, the Seahawks are 3-3 thanks to some special teams.
Blown call.
Welcome back to Game Day Final. We are looking at Russell Wilson and the Seahawks, who desperately needed a win. They haven't lost 3 straight since Russell Wilson took over at quarterback. Both the Panthers and the Seahawks struggling badly in the red zone. Kelvin
that got away. Yeah, that one got away, man. But he came back and made up with some great plays today.
Looks like they're trying to run the read option there.
Yeah, but they went the same way.
Didn't work very well.
I think it's supposed to go the other way.
Yeah, Cam made that late decision that time. You got to give it to him or pull it out. But that dude did a pretty good job at playing it defensively.
His name is Russell.
Last
name Wilson. That's a hard catch to make like that.
Picked off by Josh Norman, the first red zone turnover of the season for the Seahawks.
That's a hard catch.
That is, especially with right there, you kind of flip.
Normally, Marshawn is making that catch.
Yeah.
Here's Cam.
He's got a different way, boy. That's cool.
Cam, run, Cam.
Feel the pressure.
Oh my God.
No.
That was ill-advised.
When pressure's on, you're trying to make a play and you think your receiver's going to come downhill with you and just thinking like you're thinking under pressure. That's not the case.
Marcus Burley with the interception. The 4th straight game with an interception for Cam. And then you have Russell,
who's trying to run the read option to the left here, hit Cooper Helfut, but he just can't get it out there.
And that was all Russell Wilson. He stood up and took that right there.
And then Wilson fumbles it.
Yeah,
Mario Addison.
That was the center right there. That wasn't Russell Wilson. The ball never got to Russell Wilson on that.
First game of the season with multiple turnovers for that Seahawks offense. Newton, all day here, just chucks it up there to Kelvin Benjamin.
Wow.
I'll tell you how great that was. That's 2 All-Pros that he caught that ball with.
Right. That's a wow. That's a wow right there, man. I'm telling you, I got some young boys in this league that's making some plays right now.
Yeah, over Richard Sherman and Earl Thomas. Here comes Russell.
Last name Wilson.
Just masterful. Just masterful, man, the way he does it and protects himself. When we're talking about championship playoff football, this is exactly what this drive was.
5 plays later, picks up another first down.
Excuse me.
Russell Wilson just doing what Russell does. This time, a little Wilson to Wilson action. He finds Luke Wilson for the touchdown.
Isn't that accuracy?
Yes.
You playing ball now? Yeah, Luke's a good friend, man. He's a good dude. He stays in Austin, Texas. Hey, Luke.
First lead of the game.
Cowboys are doing well, Luke.
Here comes Cam.
You got to know it's coming backside.
Taken down by Bruce Irvin. And the Seahawks win it 13-9, their 3rd straight win in Charlotte.
My mom said send some of that
after the
money.
game. Jeff Darlington catching up with the winning quarterback, Russell Wilson.
Forget about a touchdown record. Derek Carr and the Raiders would settle just for like a win.
I like the Raiders.
This kid is giving them everything that he has.
Yeah, well, here he's giving something to Bruce Irvin.
You're right. Listen, that's a heck of a play by Bruce Irvin.
It really is.
And the Seahawks, who had just 3 INTs in the year coming into Sunday, get a pick 6. Hit 28 a year ago to lead the NFL.
It was a year ago.
3rd quarter, John Ryan.
Oh!
It's blocked, and Bryce Butler is eventually going to fall on it.
Better score with it if you know what I know.
And the silver and black, they're within 14. You got to get excited about that.
You do, man.
Right?
They gonna give you a good game.
They kept fighting in this game.
Raiders.
4th and goal. Here's Carr to Michael Rivera.
That's what I'm talking about, Derek Carr.
194 yards and 2 scores for Carr.
Seattle learning, boy. You got to get played. You got to get ready to play every week. You have 16 Super Bowls.
Well, here on 3rd and long, Russell Wilson to Marshawn Lynch, who had almost 150 total yards, but he's shy of the first down marker on this play.
Oh, yeah.
So they give it back to the Raiders.
Let's go. Let's go.
And with under 2 minutes to go,
let's go. I'm telling you
Carr
now.
to Rivera, and the Raiders are within 6. Who's ready for an onside kick?
Yeah.
Any of you guys on a hands crew?
No, because we know what the
Not
Raiders
on the front
do.
line.
All right.
Maybe on the back line.
Well, it goes right through the midst of Cooper Helfut, but Jermaine Kearse is there to get his buddy.
He had a shot.
Wow. Raiders 0-8. First time since the 62 season. The year before, Al Davis took over as coach. What about the champs and Tama?
Oh, no.
I mean, this is like...
He thought that was a nest.
We got a lawsuit going
just
here.
Just be careful what you're parking on somebody's head there. Russell Wilson, 18-2 as a starter at home. Taking on the Giants, who looked awful on Monday night. And Wilson looked awful on this pass. Picked off by Zach Bowman. Now,
I hope we highlight Zach. He had another good play.
The Giants blanked last year by the Seahawks at home. They had 181 total yards, but Eli did his thing here on 2nd and goal, looking for Preston Parker in the back of the end zone.
It's too much time.
And he's got 6, and we're tied at 7.
That's just too much time. I just don't remember a quarterback having that much time against the Seahawks.
Hey, guys, Odell Beckham Jr., he's going to be special. Working on Richard Sherman, picks up 44.
That's an explosive. Oh, got him off the jam, too. Put him in the trail technique.
Led to an Andre Williams touchdown and a G-Men 14-7 lead. Later on in the second, watch Jason Pierre-Paul. You got to remember, you're facing a running quarterback who can pick him up and put him down to a gain of 26.
That's bad assignment football. Either he or the safety has contained on the quarterback. Both of them went to the back, and, oh, yeah, Russell will make that play every time.
Later on in this drive, 4th and 3, Wilson to Jermaine Kearse. He picks up 7 and moves the chains. And that's when they went to beast mode. This is his 2nd touchdown of the game for Marshawn Lynch. Skittles on everybody. Seahawks, a 15-play, 85-yard drive that took almost 8.5 minutes off the clock.
Marshawn Lynch had people making business decisions out there.
Third quarter tied at 17. Manning going for an all for his rookie. Tip picked off by Earl Thomas.
Nobody does this in the NFL except the Seattle Seahawks. The ability to tip the ball up. And that's the key. I can get guys to intercept it. I need to get those guys that know how to tip it.
Best reaction of the day, Tom Coughlin, after he watches his rookie try and make the play. Your thoughts? Exactly. On to the fourth, still tied at 17. Marshawn Lynch with his third rushing touchdown of the day. The Seattle Seahawks had 350 yards on the ground, most by a team in a single game since the Browns had 352 against the Chiefs 5 years ago. Getting back to their old identity.
Yeah, the Giants got to find that identity.
Well, Eli Manning found Michael Bennett, and that's not a good thing. He was sacked twice on the day, although Manning had decent numbers, 283 and a touch and only 1 INT.
See, somebody got to teach quarterbacks that. The Manning's got it. Go down.
Marshawn Lynch would not go down on this one.
Watch the corner. Look. Oh, that's not the one.
But this is the fumble, and Seattle grabbed it, kept it alive. I'm thinking, you're probably thinking it was this next play, because then it would be third down, and here's Marshawn.
There's the business decision, 31.
He darn near took a step back.
That's a 4-touchdown game from Marshawn Lynch. Joins Sean Alexander and Kurt Warner, not our Kurt Warner, the other Kurt Warner, with 4 touchdown games for Seattle. Then Russell Wilson had his third 100-yard rushing game. Only Michael Vick has ever done that at the quarterback position. Guess he's won 3 in a row and is 6-3 on the year. That's right, Pete and them boys. They win at 38. Good one at Arrowhead. Alex Smith and the Chiefs looking for their 5th straight win. Russell Wilson and the Champs looking for win number 4 in a row. Down 7-zip. Wilson keeping it alive for Doug Baldwin, who is either mocking the Chiefs fans or is a huge Fernando Rodney fan with the old arrow. Just put your helmet on sideways. They'll know what you're talking about if you're a Fernando Rodney fan. All right, ensuing Chiefs possession, Jamal Charles.
That boy bad.
He's back.
That boy bad. I'm just telling you right now.
His second score of the day. And now time to bust out the Ricardo Lockett interstitial. I didn't even know we had one of these back in edit.
Lockett's been out there a long time.
Yeah, it's not a good thing that we're...
Watch this
we're going to pick on him a little bit because the ridicule jab to Kurt Coleman, and he was done for the day.
Like a rock-solid robot, his head was popped up.
Later on, Chiefs ball up 17-13. Jamal Charles trying to make something happen.
Get out, man.
He doesn't. But the ball does. Courtesy of Earl Thomas.
It's easy to have a call.
Marshall, he's special, Marshall.
Yeah. Putting that ball on the ground makes you special.
You got to move.
Now watch those two.
But even he was moving there, you see him, he moves around in those small spaces.
Another 25, right now. 29 hookup real soon.
So here come the Seahawks, 1st and goal. Tony Moeaki, remember him? He caught 4 touchdowns for the Chiefs a few years ago.
Yeah, I need to do a little bit more to get an 88 club, but that's a nice pass right there.
A touchdown. What do you want to do?
Yeah, and then a little bit more, man. I don't need a touchdown every now and then.
He lost.
Great.
On to the 4th, Chiefs ball down 3, Jamal Charles.
He gonna give you those. Oh, you see that? That's what I was talking about. That 25 versus 29 once again.
That's what I'm saying right there. That boy moves. He just moves so swiftly in small spaces.
First 100-yard effort this year.
Right time.
But you know what? Here's a fantasy killer because on the next play, all the fantasy owners for Jamal Charles will say, "Why are you giving the ball to Miles Davis?"
That's straight power.
That's when you have a 1-2 punch. You don't answer questions like that.
Right.
Max Unger, Pro Bowl center, done with a high ankle sprain. So what happened to the Seahawks running game here on 3rd and goal? Beast mode, who had 124 yards, sniffing the goal line, but without your man in the middle. And Unger, what do? On 4th and goal, you're going to go for it, and you're going to throw a fade?
Give me a read option.
That was... Did you see how they switched that off?
Yeah, give me a read option.
That was awesome.
And that's what that was.
That was awesome
by the DBs.
All right, still down 4. Seahawks, 3rd and 8. Wilson hits Curse for a 1st down. But Andy Reid's like, wait a second, I want another look at this.
Yeah, bad spot.
Yeah, no, not bad.
Bad is an understatement.
This is like 6 yards shy. So let's go back and look at it.
Come on, refs.
Okay, so it's not 6 yards.
Come on, refs.
Well, we have the best refs in professional sports.
All right, 4th and 1, beast mode. Nah.
And that's where you got to give these guys credit right there.
I'll tell y'all right now. Skittles in the cold.
They ran for over 200 yards. They need a little more. All right, so Seahawks still down 400, 2 to go downstairs. Oh!
D-line showed up. Listen, Kansas City D-line had a message to send to Seattle's D-line.
I don't know what you can run on
Marshall,
4th and
I'm
19.
asking something
There's no plays in the playbook for 4th and 19.
They are none. And that is it. The champs fall to 6-4. And you know what? Kudos to those guys out in Kansas City. They started 0-2. They won 7 of 8.
He always has a bye week when something good goes on with the Cowboys.
We'll get to that momentarily. Can we start with the best team in the league? Arizona Cardinals
Ride it out.
Larry Fitzgerald.
And that's big.
For the first time since 07
Yes,
with a bum knee. He
Tom.
said, next man up.
He may not be what he used to be, but he's better than what they got.
Problem was, Arizona had miscues all day on the offensive side of the ball. Drew Stanton looking for John Brown, but finding Byron Maxwell.
Yeah, they don't make these kind of mistakes, and when they start, but everybody makes some of the mistakes like this when you're playing in Seattle. The noise rattles your bones and breaks your brain.
Here's a huge mistake by Jerome Brown.
You gotta have that.
With his team down 9-zip, waning seconds of the first half, Mike, you gotta catch it.
The noise in Seattle rattles your bones and breaks your brain.
Okay,
that's
so
what
what's
happens.
the explanation here? Drew Butler has it swatted away by Deshaun Sneed. Rob Hauser's going to try and pick it up, and Cooper Helfand's going to say, oh, that's like the WWE superstar right there.
Boy, that noise is rattling their bones and breaking their brain.
Blocking that guy should be cut.
But here's the thing. Arizona's defense was outstanding, holding Seattle to field goals instead of touchdowns, applying pressure all day. Here you go. Calais Campbell gets Russell Wilson.
What a bad from the U now.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? You like him so much? Here's a little more.
Boy. That's what Miami did.
They
A
gonna
few
make
more.
that adjustment.
We had them more.
This is a no excuses defense. Tommy Kelly's going to get Wilson, who was dropped 7 times on the day.
That's a lot for a mobile quarterback like Russell Wilson. An intelligent quarterback as well.
Arizona
Did you say mobile? Look at this little move.
Now see this right here?
Russell Wilson out to Marshawn Lynch.
Watch, nobody want to hit this either. Watch this. Excuse me. I don't blame you, Crow.
They letting them fall.
It's a business decision.
They let them fall.
3 plays later,
man.
Wilson. There's no quarterback better at rushing the football than Russell Wilson these days.
But he runs when he needs to
It's
run.
smart
He's very
time.
methodical about when he gets out of the pocket.
10
smart
carries,
about it.
73
He really
yards. Also threw for 211. Here to Cooper Helfand. Go get them, Cooper.
Who is that? Cooper Helfand. He can help it.
With the up and over flip. Fewest points allowed since week 15 of last year. Seahawks are within 2 of the division lead after the 19-3 win.
A huge day in the National Football League, especially in the NFC, as we had 6 teams in action, 3 games, all of them with some sort of implication, but none bigger than the 49ers.
The game hadn't even started and he's confused.
Well, he lost his hat on the American flag, so, that would cause you to be confused. Richard Sherman, not allowed a touchdown to Bolden or Crabtree in his
Don't
career.
do it, Colin.
Bad pass, throwing the ball inside. You can't do that on Richard Sherman. It's Shermanator. You know what's going to happen.
Colin should have watched our pregame show. I could have helped him out there.
Yeah, take another look.
Well,
A
just throw
huge
the
night for
ball
Richard
outside.
Sherman.
Like, Lloyd is breaking outside. Throw it to his outside shoulder. Richard Sherman's playing inside out. It's
Hey,
simple.
Willie, be quiet. He's great with a capital G.
I don't think that's who Jim Harbaugh was referring to. 6
Oh,
plays
okay.
later, Russell Wilson hits
See you,
Doug
Doug.
Baldwin.
Nice play across the middle. He stood in the pocket that time, delivered a dart.
Sure did.
All right, so that sets up 1st and goal. Here they are at 2nd and goal. Wilson hits Robert Turbin in the flat. Tiptoes in.
Taking what the defense is giving him, making the good decisions, getting the ball out of his hands. Results in the touchdown, and you like that. He's just a
I
running
love the
back.
touchdown. You ever seen how big Turbin's biceps are, Willie?
I actually have. I stood right next to them. 2nd quarter,
Big.
next Seahawks drive. Look at him just escaping.
How frustrating is that, Willie?
That part of the play was great, but this right here, what is he on Madden? About a 60 speed, about a 50 speed?
Tony Moriarty's speed on Madden is a 61.1.
Look at
All
it.
right, take
Look at the
another
magic
look.
in the pocket, being able to elude. This is why Russell Wilson is so special. And the entire time, he's keeping his eyes down the field.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So NBC had the shot clock on Russell scrambling around, 7.5 seconds, and then I think Pete should have challenged
Look
this
right
one,
here, he's
Amber.
short.
But hey, the extension,
the extension might have been there.
Because guess what, Willie? What happens about this defense from the 49ers?
They're pretty good in the red zone.
Right, they held them to 3 points. They didn't even score off that.
Yep, there we go. So there we go later in the 3rd.
Brandon
Colin
Lloyd. You see his
Kaepernick.
body language? That says it all.
His body language said, hey, big dummy, throw me the ball.
Well, again, right here, Richard Sherman's not even watching him. He's reading the quarterback the entire time.
Oh, temper tantrum. I love it. What'd you call it, Amber? Passion?
Just passion, that's all. Fourth quarter, 49ers trailing 19-3. Colin Kaepernick. Bobby Wagner's after him.
Under pressure. Don't do it.
He did it.
Hey, fourth quarter, interception, Colin Kaepernick versus Seattle. It's becoming a trend, a bad one.
All right, so that's Sherman's second interception of the game.
Here's him scrambling. He's trying to make a play. He's trying to make something happen, but you got to be able to make better decisions, especially when the receiver's not open.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Colin scrambled out, had clear vision that Richard was in front of the wide receiver. Throw it high and away. Don't throw it low and inside.
Richard Sherman waving bye-bye to the crowd as the Seahawks win 19-3. They move up in the wild card standings to the number 5 spot right now. A huge game for Marshawn Lynch with 104 yards.
City of brotherly love, and Pete Carroll visiting Fight On, the pair of his former USC quarterbacks Mark Sanchez and Matt Barkley.
For all of you who do not know, this is the fourth quarter of the regular season. All champions stand up and be accounted for.
Well, the champion punter John Ryan botched it. Zach Ertz recovered, and then on the ensuing drive, after converting a fourth down, that's Jeremy Maclin, one of only 3 catches, but it results in his 10th TD grab.
He's in front of Sherman all day.
It is the month of the contenders and the pre-tenders.
And this guy is a contender for best running quarterback we've seen in a couple decades. Russell Wilson from 26 out.
26 yards. He made it look like a 10-yard run, man.
I think he's the best running quarterback in the league right now.
5th rushing touchdown for him.
Even over Cam.
Hey, Eagles potent offense, but they lead the league in turnovers.
Even over Colin Kaepernick.
Shady McCoy doing it, trying for something extra, and he gets it ripped away by KJ Wright. Earl Thomas recovers. It looked pretty benign until you see the replay. KJ Wright doing his thing.
Shady usually holds that ball away from his body, but normally he's outside of the tackles when he does it.
Yep, and they were swarming now. That defense was swarming.
So now, little play fake by Wilson. Look at him find Marshawn Lynch. Beast mode.
Nice.
And I love that, man. Put a little bit of Philly back on Philly. All the misdirection that Philly runs on their offense. Hey, that's Coach saying, let's put a little bit back on you.
He's got 13 total touchdowns this year. Mark Sanchez threw for less than 100 yards on the day, but that was good enough. Zach Ertz, he gets into the end zone, and the Eagles are down to 17-14.
That's incredible, less than 100 yards.
Seattle's ensuing drive, Wilson to Doug Baldwin. He might not be a true number 1, but he's solid, Mike.
Man, Doug Baldwin is playing, and you heard Russell Wilson talks about how he knows him so well. Those two have a great relationship.
And then on to the 4th. Wilson out to Lynch.
Oh, this piece right here.
Yeah, but
You don't see that often.
Ball on ground.
You know, it's funny. About 20 people hit him, and he still ain't down.
That's a bad dude, ain't it?
He's still up. He fumbled from standing up.
That's a bad dude, man. He just looks like he won't hurt
But don't worry, Sanchez would give it back. The rolled Simon, 2 turnovers for the Eagles, who are held to a total of 139 yards. Their 10-game regular season home winning streak is bye-bye, Richard. And we'll show them to you at the end of the show.
Dallas Philly.
Pete Carroll said, hey, you know what, Jim? I know a great place in Oakland if you're looking to buy over there. Niners and Seahawks and Frank Gore. 8 straight games under 100 yards. On 4th and 1, look at him doing his thing, Marshall.
And I like when Frank Gore is running like this. 4th and 1, down 3. Jim Harbaugh said, we got to get this touchdown.
Later on, up 7-3. Colin Kaepernick keeping it alive. Out to Bruce Miller. It is a gain of 22, but they lost more than that on this play because Frank Gore concussed. Why? Trying to block Bobby Wagner.
Man, what Bobby Wagner got under his pads?
It didn't look like much, but I hope he's okay. But I tell you what, early on, Colin Kaepernick looked like something.
All right, end of the first half. This is Eric Reed picking off Russell Wilson, and he got a shot.
One block.
He got a shot
Russell
here.
Wilson did a great job making sure that this thing cuts all the way back, man, and slows him down.
And on this play, Russell Okung running into Ray McDonald.
Gotta stay high.
Yep.
Gotta
and
stay
Okung
high.
on the sideline, get out my face! And he's probably spitting out some chiclets there. Third quarter, still 7-3. Kaepernick, the most sacked quarterback in the NFL, guys. dropped
a
it
few today.
half dozen more times.
Yeah, he took some hits today.
Bobby Wagner got him.
They got to fix that. He's looking at the pressure way too much.
How about Marshawn Lynch ran for more than 90 yards on this day?
Listen, man, I'm telling you something, man. I don't want this guy talking. I'm so afraid of this guy when he gets to football. A beast shouldn't talk.
And then look at this. He lets the handshakes do the talk. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I'm gonna get somebody. I'll run over somebody else right next.
Next Niners drive down 3. Kaepernick dropped by Jordan Hill. He was sacked 6 more times.
He's looking at the pressure. Eyes not downfield. I know what Jim Harbaugh telling him.
In 2 games against Seattle, they scored a total of 10 points. Russell Wilson, leading rusher among quarterbacks.
How does San Francisco fall for that play? Y'all run that play.
Because it's Marshawn Lynch. He's faking that ball, too. That's why he fall for it.
On to the 4th, 3rd and 5. Wilson looking for the rookie, Paul Richardson, incomplete. However, check your Moody ring.
Dean Blandino, fix this. Fix this.
Called for using the crown of that helmet. That's a no-no, so it's
Take
a
the
first
helmet
down.
off if you don't want him to use it.
Then Wilson finds the rookie Paul Richardson, first career touchdown.
Great throw. That was a great throw. That was a right in that needle.
Now 4th and 1. Niners, they got to go for it with under 6 to go, and Bruce Miller ain't going to get it.
They're going to try to run that play again.
And based on the Lions' win earlier, the Niners are eliminated from the playoffs. Not feeling good. That's all right. We all been there.
I know how you feel. I feel like that right now.
We all been there, pal.
But he's about that action, boss.
Yeah. All right, so Cards, as we said, win the West and the #1 seed. They wouldn't have to leave the state for the Super Bowl if they won on Sunday night. Ryan Lindley, 1-3 as a starter. No career touchdowns and 181 pass attempts.
And nervous.
That's an NFL record. And it started out rough. Michael Floyd, you gotta help out your quarterback.
Yeah, he got to put it out there. You put that out there, you got 6.
Lindley finished 18 of 43 on the night. 18 of 43. That was maybe his best.
There's a lot of misses.
Next drive, they're in the red zone. Lindley almost picked off by Jeremy Lane. Arizona would settle for a field goal and a 3-0 lead. But, he's looking for the rookie, John Brown, almost INT'd. Now, Seattle, it took them a whole quarter to get going, quarter and a half, but then they took off. Wilson to Wilson. That's Russell to Luke.
Russell plays really well in the pocket, outside the pocket. He's just a play waiting to happen.
Luke Wilson is a guy that had a huge evening. 3 catches for a $139 and 2 scores. That one was a pitch and catch of 80 yards. Now, ensuing drive, that's the rookie, Logan Thomas out of Virginia Tech. They had a package built for him. I'm not so sure this was part of the package. Throw it from the end zone?
No, that package for a kid like that against Seattle's defense backed up, he's scared.
Yeah, so Thomas comes out, Lindley.
Like, I'm not ready for this, man.
No, and they went 3 and out. But here comes Russell Wilson escaping the pressure. That is a gain of 22. Nobody does it better.
And you cannot miss a play that needs to be made. I mean, they had the right defense call, the right pressure. They just missed it.
4 plays later, it's beast mode, punishing running inside the 5 for his 15th touchdown of the year.
He's about that action, boss.
He is. Happy Skittles on that one. Seahawks up 14-3 against that defense with a 3rd-string quarterback.
It's over.
Night. Check alternative programming.
See, these are the type of plays you got to make. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. And this right here is a game changer. Right now you score. The score is 10-14. You got yourself an opportunity.
Yeah, Patrick Peterson missing it in his mitts. Later on in the 3rd, 4th and 1, Bruce Arians, give him credit. He's going for it. He had to with 4 minutes to go in the 3rd. And Stephon Taylor pushing the pile. Next play, Lindley looking again for Michael Floyd. Finally, they connect. That's a gain of 33 over Richard Sherman.
Great throw, great catch, great defense by Richard Sherman. The receiver just made the play.
3 plays later, Lindley, boop, dropping it, and
that's when the moment is too big. A regular snap, and you dropping a regular snap.
Had to settle for a field goal, down just 8. It's just 1 score. On to the 4th, 2nd and 20 for the Seahawks. Watch Larry Foote lose a foot race to Wilson.
They found that matchup all night, and he was victimized all night.
That's a gain of 39, and then Wilson
found it again.
Beating Foote again.
Every time they got into it. Russell checked off right to it. Let's go get him.
Luke Wilson had 2 touchdown catches coming into the game. He left with 4. Yeah, I see you. 21-6 at that point, but how about the run of the year, Prime?
This is one of the best runs I've seen because just the vision, the explosiveness, the quickness, the acceleration, the durability. I mean, and then the clowning at the end.
79 yards, and you compare it to the one he had in 2010 wild card game against the Saints, which put beast mode on the map.
Get off it. Patrick Peterson trying to strip the ball. You can't get that ball. He's protecting it. Now watch him get the knees up, get the legs up.
Pete Carroll got in his 60s, dude, and he's still celebrating.
Young.
Unbelievable. The Seahawks putting up nearly 600 yards of total offense. A franchise record, 596. Russell Wilson with a regular season career high of 339 yards passing. All right, so Seattle, of course, would be the 1 seed with a win at home against the Rams.
Put up a good fight in the first half.
The Rams are a good sparring partner.
Seahawks,
really
turnover issues. It's got to be a little scary going into the playoffs. Russell Wilson doing what he does best, keeping the play alive, but
that's nice.
Long enough for Marcus Robertson to say, I got it, thanks.
Thank you.
Don't usually make those mistakes.
He looks like Leroy Irvin every time I see him in that 47.
That's my man.
Leroy, what's up, buddy?
Next Seahawks possession, it's beast mode, taking it. Cutting it upfield for the first down, but
I give it up.
That's his second fumble this season.
So you did watch it earlier, huh?
Great play by Alec Ogletree on the strip, too, huh?
I watched y'all, too.
That was a great play, stripping beast.
It was 6-zip Rams at the break. On to the fourth, we're now tied at 6. And watch this play by Jordan Hill. Defensive lineman for the Seahawks. Sean Hill was just trying to throw it away. That's a big man on the carpet, scooping it up for an INT.
I've never seen this in my life where a quarterback tries to throw the ball away and a defensive lineman is versatile enough and athletic enough to make the catch.
No, that's just a quarterback who throw a lot of picks.
And then it's Lynch, his NFL best 17 touchdown this year.
Can't.
You ain't no good.
Bad boy right there, man.
Can't on his chest.
But let's just talk about the Legion of Boom and that entire defense. Awesome. First of all, you got Bobby Wagner, the most unheralded player in that D.
Just give it away.
In the strip, and it's Bruce Irvin with his second
and
pick
then don't catch it. Man, we talking about Leroy Irvin, my old cuz in the game. Bruce Irvin, my new young cuz right there in the game. Go get that thing, Bruce. Go get that thing right there. Bounce back.
So here you go. Seattle is the 1 seed, and keep in mind, it is 24-2 at home, including the playoffs in the Russell Wilson era. So here we go. Russell Wilson and the crew.
His name is Russell.
Yeah. First quarter, we are scoreless for 2 offensively challenged teams at time.
Whoa, Cam.
Who's looking for Philly Brown, but it's Richard Sherman. Get this, his first career playoff INT.
Because most people know not to play around with Richard Sherman. But, you know, that wasn't a bad play because that was more like a punt. Yeah. Long third down. So fans don't get really upset with that. It's like a punt.
All right, Panthers next drive. We're still scoreless at this one. I see you, Richard. I see you talking. I get it. On second down, Michael Bennett does not bite on the fake, and he rips it away from Jonathan Stewart. You cannot give this team a short field.
He didn't get blocked.
Yeah, and Cam seemed to be a little indecisive here. It looked like he wanted to pull it, but at the last minute kept it in Jonathan Stewart's belly.
Would the defense hold? In a word, not so much. Russell Wilson just kind of lobs it up for Doug Baldwin.
And he see an all-out blitz here. He just gave his receiver an opportunity to make a play. As you can see here, it's all out. He's going to throw it up, give his receiver an opportunity to make a play, and he does.
Baldwin with the good move on the rookie Trey Boston for the 6.
Fort Miles.
On to the second quarter, still 7-zip. Cam.
Nice play.
Almost picked again by Richard Sherman.
You got to know the coverage come before. They got 4 across. Sherman's going to be extra aggressive. You know he got some shelter, as you can see. Look at that guy inside, that all-pro right there with number 29 on.
So your next play, 3rd and 4. That's big because Newton moving the chains to Philly Brown, playing with that bad shoulder and all.
Got to give a lot of credit to him, and he runs some great routes to us, team.
And then, it's the rookie Kelvin Benjamin, the 1,000-yard receiver. Look at him staring him down.
Florida State.
Panthers tied this one up at 7. Just their second touchdown in their last 33 drives against that Seattle defense. But here comes Seattle. Russell Wilson to Jermaine Kearse. Maybe a little push off.
That was a great throw, man. That's a great throw, great placement. Oh, he put it right where it needed to be.
63 yards on the pitch and catch for Kearse, a career high 129 yards receiving. And is that a push off on Ben Wickery? Ben Wickery? No comment from the peanut gallery over here. So Pete Carroll's team's up 14-7. Panthers ensuing drive. Newton. Benjamin. And it's all about the Benjamins, except he can't quite get that second foot down. A great effort by the rookie, but the right call.
Lucky. He said, you lucky.
That's what he said. But you know, that was a great defensive play as well as offensive play.
Later on in the drive, Newton. The one thing you can't do is turn it over down here at the goal line. Earl Thomas. But then things get really crazy. You can see there's a flag. There's offsetting penalties. But watch Thomas. Every turnover's reviewed. Does the ball hit the carpet?
Of course it did.
So it is reviewed. It's an incomplete pass. Now Graham Gano trying to get Carolina back on the board and within 4. Watch Cam Chancellor.
LeBron.
And he misses it somehow.
He got scared. You know, you didn't really expect to jump through there, and when it becomes a reality, you kind of get scared.
So after a false start, what? Cam Chancellor? What?
The first thing goes to see, try again.
Now, the kick goes awry. Somehow Chancellor didn't touch it. He didn't get ball, but he got kicker. So it's a penalty on Chancellor. Watch this again. He does not touch anybody on his way through until he hits Gano.
Good call.
So Gano, third time. Chancellor's probably just too tired. He's like, I'm going to sit this one out. I'm good.
He's too tired.
So Carolina, the team that won 7 games during the regular season, is down just 4 at the break. On to the third quarter, Wilson didn't do much scrambling on this day, but here for a gain of 14.
See, the best thing about Russell Wilson, he looks to throw first. He runs when he must, and he moves the chains. I love his intelligence.
4 carries for 25 yards. And then Marshawn Lynch, talk about a run.
Running business decision right
Get
there.
out my way. He actually stepped out at the 34. It led to a Hauschka field goal and a Seahawks 7-point lead, but that got the defense pumped up. On to the fourth, same score. This is Wilson to Wilson. Russell to Luke, who's really come on over the last 6 weeks.
Yes, a big third down conversion. You know, he's looking for his tight end, and there he finds it.
And then once again, it's Wilson to Wilson. 4 grabs for 68 yards. This one, he busts into the end zone.
Another third down conversion takes it all the way to the end zone for a big touchdown.
Pete Carroll, your thoughts? Woohoo! Man's in his 60s. He's all pumped up.
Pete Carroll has some good hair.
Panthers ensuing drive. It's the oh no. This is Cam on Cam crime.
Great anticipation. This is one of the, second team All-Pro. I don't know how you don't make first team, but this guy comes to play week in and week out. He's smart, he's intelligent, physical, aggressive, and have ball skills.
Cam Chancellor, his first career touchdown at an opportune time, and Newton just played with it.
Go get it, yes. Should have high-stepped it, like right there.
Or look behind him like you did.
Way, just look
all the way on Atlanta, looking at Atlanta bench.
Yeah, that's what you shouldn't have let me go.
Give credit to the Panthers. They were game. However, they come up a little bit short, losing by 2 touchdowns. And now the road to the Super Bowl, once again for the second straight year, goes through Seattle.
And the New England Patriots and the Colts would go up later in the day. But the first game up, Aaron Rodgers and his banged-up leg against Richard Sherman, who he hardly challenged at all in week number 1. And then in the first series, 3rd and 10, Aaron Rodgers moving the ball down the field, and then he tries Sherman, and then that is an interception.
That's a great play, man. I'm here to tell you, that's a great play. Stutter goal, great position, great ball skills. Now get your feet down. Now, let's celebrate a little bit after
Usually when you played receiver and you move to DB, it's because you can't catch.
Right.
Not the case with Richard Sherman.
So Sherman picks it off, but then the Seahawks, what do they do with it? It gets picked off right away. Ha-ha, Clinton Dix. Ha-ha. Gets all the way down to the 3-yard line off the tip drill. But but at the end of the play,
We usually see those mistakes
at
by
the
Russell
end of the
Wilson.
play, it was a 15-yard penalty, but they got the ball back towards in the end zone, and it's called a touchdown for John Kuhn, except the fact he wasn't in. After further review, the ball's down at the half-yard line, and take the touchdown off the board. And the next play, here comes Eddie Lacy. He gets stuffed at the goal line, and the Packers settle for a field goal.
That defense held early on. When they turned that ball over, Seattle did, that defense stepped up and played hard.
So Mike McCarthy settles for the 3, decides to kick off, and that was a good move, especially when Doug Baldwin on the ensuing kickoff puts the ball on the ground. A fumble. Morgan Burnett recovers for the Packers. Second turnover of the game. They're not even through the first quarter, halfway through it at this point in time. And the Packers, it's their 3rd possession of the game already, all of them reaching Seahawks territory. This one starting in the red zone, and then Rodgers in the end zone, and he misses Jordy Nelson.
That hurts right there, man. Should just had a little bit more air up under that ball so Jordy could have found it when he turned his head.
Green Bay had to settle for another field goal when Aaron Rodgers watched his defense put Wilson on the ground. It's Julius Peppers trying to make his first Super Bowl and win it. And that got the ball back for Green Bay, who moved the ball down the field again in the red zone with a flag on the play, a wide-open Randall Cobb. And Aaron Rodgers' last 9 postseason touchdown passes have now gone to 9 different receivers. He'd never found Cobb, but he did right here wide open.
Look at this right here, man. And Aaron Rodgers, man, you could tell he was in much better condition. He looked much better than he did last week. His calf was doing better, and he shot that ball in.
13-0. The defense is talking to one another on the sideline, trying to fire each other up. It's 16-0 second quarter when Russell Wilson tries to force one downfield, and there's that Clinton Dix fella again.
I must say,
like that one. Ha, Clinton Dix, what must you say?
When I was watching this, I was a little bit upset with Kearse in his effort, at least trying to move that ball or stop the interception or something.
And Russell Wilson took a major hit from Clay Matthews, who was flagged 15 yards. They called it blindside hit, but it was really more helmet to helmet is what it should have been at least. So, but Russell was not knocked out of the game. Not knocked out of the game. And then Aaron Rodgers gives it right back a few plays after the interception. We have 5 turnovers in the game at this point in time as the rain's been going to come down again.
Yeah. I think Aaron Rodgers expected Cobb to break out.
But the ensuing possession, Russell Wilson for Jermaine Kearse, and he's picked by Sam Shields.
Rich, right there again. I wanted to see a little more fight right there in this kind of a game, but to help your quarterback out there.
So 3 turnovers for Wilson in the first half alone, and you throw in Doug Baldwin's fumble, and Seattle's lucky to be down just 16-0 to start the second half. They go 3 and out. The Packers couldn't score, so Russell Wilson trying to move the ball down the field on 3rd and 19. Converts.
On the phone with me talking about, are you serious? This was Marshall. We was on the phone going off like, what are you doing?
Clay Matthews.
How are you doing?
Hands to the face, and you forget the seat.
But they have to settle for a field goal, which they bust out the fake. Punters are momentum shifters, too. John Ryan to a wide-open Gary Gilliam, who was a tight end when he was at Penn State, never caught a touchdown at Penn State. This is his first career touchdown.
Look at the predicament that they put A.J. Hawk in.
He's in a tough situation.
And you go get the runner.
But I'm not going to surrender to 6. I give you the first down. I'm not surrendering to 6. Bad decision by A.J. Hawk.
That is a big-time fake kick and throw to put the Seahawks on the board, but momentum started wearing a yellow helmet as James Starks is running through, bursting free for 32 yards. And Richard Sherman gets hurt on the collision with Cam Chancellor, and he comes up holding his elbow. He didn't miss a play, but he clearly was a one-handed defensive back the rest of the day.
Hyperextended, I believe.
And it's possible that he has nerve damage. He says that he will play later on. He did soldier on in this game that it's a 19-7 game, and Russell Wilson gets on the tip drill. But why
are you falling down?
Morgan Burnett slides.
The game is not over.
With 5 minutes to go.
Man, what is wrong with you?
Well, Jermaine Kearse went off of his hands, so he was having a rough day at this point, to say the least. But the Packers would just run the ball and forced Seattle to use 2 of its timeouts. They decided not to call a timeout here and save 1 more timeout, which was an interesting move. So Mike McCarthy kicks the ball back to Seattle. 3 and change to go. Complete to Doug Baldwin trying to get out of bounds. He cannot, so the time is still ticking.
Doug Baldwin made some plays when they needed him to make some plays today.
2nd and 10, 3 minutes to go. Russell Wilson throws it for Marshawn Lynch, who tiptoes the sideline, and it's ruled a touchdown, except for the fact
Thank God we have replay.
Well, his gold sole shoes showed clearly he was stepping out of bounds way further back. But
so happy we have replay.
Instead, Marshawn Lynch gets it inside the 5, and Russell Wilson takes it in from there, and he scored before the 2-minute warning.
Why does the defender always look like it was somebody else's guy?
19-14. Stephen Hauschka, do you kick it deep and you go onside? The Seahawks go onside, and it's a good decision because it works.
Jordan Nelson waiting on that ball.
Brandon Bostic goes to jump for the ball.
He won't jump no more.
And it goes off of his helmet and into the hands of Chris Matthews.
Look at Coach Day. What are you doing? He was on the front line blocked. Jordy Nelson is there waiting for the ball.
So instead, the Seahawks now have the ball back at midfield, and Russell Wilson, first play, pulls it out from Marshawn and takes it to the 35-yard line with even a tick before the 2-minute warning. Now, unbelievably, the Seahawks might be scoring too quickly from the 32-yard line. First down, Luke Wilson. Silent L is somewhere within his name. Luke Wilson with the first down moves forward. Next play on the Packers 24. Here comes Marshawn Lynch running downhill.
I love watching how he stops everybody and shakes your hand politely. I'm a beast, but I'm going to handle this mode like a gentleman.
And it's a touchdown, 20-19. If we ask Steve Mariucci, what does the book say you should do? Go for 2. And they do, and it looks like the play is blown up.
Oh, my God.
Russell Wilson buying time. A prayer to Luke Wilson, and it is answered.
Can somebody tweet me and tell me what was Glenn Dick doing?
Well, he was a ball hawk all day making plays on the ball all day and did not hear.
I actually got angry at that point. I don't care who wins. I just really I like good football. You got to make that play as a defensive back.
And that would be a huge 2 points because Aaron Rodgers had more than enough time left and all 3 timeouts, and he hardly needed them because he kept moving the ball down the field quickly. Jordy Nelson to the 38-yard line of Green Bay, 15 yards. Next play, a minute 2 left. Rodgers to Cobb over the middle, now on the plus side of the field. Next play, 43 seconds to go. Aaron Rodgers buying time, extending the play with his one good leg. What does he do? All sorts of green grass in front of him. He limps his way out of bounds. First down. Mason Crosby is in field goal range. 3 plays later, 3rd and 10 for the Seahawks. 36-26. Ticks to go. Aaron Rodgers throws it to Jordy Nelson to get his field goal kicker 6 yards closer.
Awesome throw, man.
Richard Sherman, one-handed, he brings him down. You got a one-legged quarterback, a one-armed cornerback, and you got a guy with 2 good legs coming out, and he sweeps one leg through the ball, and it goes through the uprights. And, of course, we have overtime in this insane contest.
Discount double check.
22, 116-0.
Wow,
the
what a
Packers
game.
lose the lead, but we go into overtime, and you remember Seattle beat Denver in overtime in this building earlier this year by getting the ball to start overtime and not allowing Peyton Manning to take the field and take a single snap. And Russell Wilson on 3rd and 6 finds Doug Baldwin, who is trying to be redemptive right here. Obviously, we know he dropped the ball. He put one on the ground earlier in the game for a punt return. We talked about how Jermaine Kearse had a very tough day, but to wrap it up, a walk-off touchdown grab by Kearse. And the Seattle Seahawks down 16-0 at the half. 5 turnovers in the game, 4 by their quarterback, are going back to the Super Bowl. The NFC champion, Seattle Seahawks, and Russell Wilson in tears. Pete Carroll celebrating, going to Arizona to participate in Super Bowl 49 as the Green Bay Packers suffer one of the more bitter defeats you will ever see in NFL playoff history. They were up 16-0 and lose without even touching the ball in an overtime that they were forced to force due to a major big-time comeback by the defending Super Bowl champs who would not go gently into that rainy Seattle afternoon.
In Super Bowl 49, Russell Wilson, of course, he got picked off 4 times in the NFC title game and still won. Hey, somebody got some skills before the game, and Tom Brady looking for that 4th ring along with the Always emotional Bill Belichick. How about early on in the game, Brady looking and picked off by the president of the Rob Gronkowski fan club. That is Jeremy Lane in the end zone. It's a red zone turnover. However, broken wrist. Lane was done for the day, and the Patriots certainly took advantage of that. However, he kept the game scoreless. On to the second quarter. We are tied at 7, and Brady, under 2 minutes to go. Me Rob Gronkowski, me kicks football, and me do Gronk spike. Patriots led the NFL with 66 points in the final 2 minutes of the first half during regulation. They're up 7. But watch this. Russell Wilson. Oh, Jamie Collins, you're a great athlete. But what in the world happened? That is a first down, so they got time. And then how about this? Russell Wilson. Ricardo Lockett. Plus, we're going to tack on a penalty, so the Seahawks move it down to the 11-yard line with 6 ticks left. They're not going to kick the field goal. They're going to go for the touchdown. And where are they going to turn to? Hardball with Chris Matthews. He caught his first NFL pass in this game. He also scored his first NFL touchdown. Best known for recovering the onside kick in the NFC Championship game. Pete Carroll's pumped up because we're tied at 14.
What a throw and what a play by that young man Matthews.
On to the third quarter. Pats down 3. 3rd and 9. Brady looking for Gronk. But how about the play, Michael Irvin, by Bobby Wagner?
Man, and I talked about Bobby Wagner in the pregame, man. What a great player. Since he got back on that defense has taken off. He is certainly the leader of that pack.
Richard Sherman chuckling on the sideline, and the Patriots aren't laughing after this. Doug Baldwin nearly trips over his own feet. Scores the touchdown. Dion, that's your buddy scoring. However, he was flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct. But watch the pick by the ref.
Great pick by the referee. Revis did the best he can. That was a great route, though. You got to give Baldwin credit. And I don't like that right there what Richard Sherman done. I don't like it. He's too good for that.
Yep. Tom, and he did do a good job in climbing to take Darrelle Revis up on that under route.
On to the fourth. Patriots down 10 against the best defense in the league, but Brady to Danny Amendola, and they are within 3. Keep in mind, no team had ever come back from a larger deficit than 7 points in the final quarter of a Super Bowl, and certainly not against a defense like this. But then Brady, after a quick 3 and out, Rob Gronkowski, me catch football, me move chains.
I wanted to see that matchup, Cam Chancellor against Gronk, and Gronk got the better on that play right there.
Then Julian Edelman, the perfect spin move for the touchdown.
That's my man right there, man. I love Julian Edelman, man. What a gamer he is to take over for Wes Welker and then win a Super Bowl before Wes Welker.
And the Patriots have a 28-24 lead, but guess what? Yes, Mr. Kraft, it's been a tough few weeks for him and his club. Would they watch a losing effort? Well, how about this? The circus catch. 7 years after David Tyree did it to the Patriots in this very building, Jermaine Kearse does this, Michael Irvin.
And you just knew right here, wow, things are going Seattle's way, and all they have to do now is hand the football to the best running back in the National Football League.
Well, here they do. It's Marshawn Lynch who had another 100-yard effort, but he stopped just shy of the goal line, so the clock continues to run. Now 2nd and goal. Russell Wilson, what are you doing? He gets picked off by the undrafted rookie free agent from Western Alabama, Malcolm Butler, who preserves the victory. And the Patriots have their 4th ring, and it will leave everybody asking, why in the world with Marshawn in the backfield did the Seahawks throw the football?
21 reasons. That was the worst Super Bowl call in the history of the Super Bowl.
We will dissect it, but you can see the many faces of the characters in Super Bowl 49. Pete Carroll, the MVP Tom Brady. He's an MVP for a 3rd time to tie his hero, Joe Montana, and that is a victory splash. The New England Patriots come back from a 10-point 4th quarter deficit, and they win it 28-24.